Buying a home, it's one of the biggest dream of so many people, but beware of the red flags. That feeling of walking into a place and realizing this is it, this is the one, this could be mine, it's magical. It's not just about picking the prettiest kitchen, the coziest living room, or the beautiful backyard. Home ownership is emotional and financial. And if you're not careful, it's easy to overlook the red flags that can turn dream into a money pit. The first thing we're talking about is the dream of home ownership. Home ownership marks a major life milestone. For many, it's a symbol of stability, independence, and long term investment. It's exciting to imagine decorating your own space, building equity, maybe starting a family, and settling down roots for many years to come. But with all that excitement comes pressure to move fast, pressure to compete, not to miss out on that perfect property. That emotional rush, it's real, but it can also cloud your judgment. That's why today we're digging into the biggest red flags you should never ignore when you're looking at a property, because smart buyers protect their future. The first of the red flags is structural issues. When you walk through a home, it's easy to be wowed by the beautiful staging, the style, the beautiful furniture, nice smells, and everything that comes along when you're looking at homes. But don't let the pretty finishes distract you from what's behind the walls. First things first is you start with the foundation. Large cracks, uneven floors, or signs of settling can mean costly structural repairs. Also, you want to look up. A sagging roof line, missing shingles, or signs of water stains in the attic could mean thousands in roofing expenses. These are the things that you might not necessarily see during your first visit. And also, don't skip the utilities. Outdated electrical systems, leaky pipes may not be so obvious at first, but they can pose a safety and a big financial risk. Cosmetic issues like a fresh coat of paint, you don't like the color, it can be changed, a little bit of landscaping. These are all things that can be fixed and also made to your personal preference. Structural issues, those are big ticket items that could affect your safety and also your budget in a big way. Make sure you look out for all of these situations and all of these items when you are looking at the home. If you're not quite sure, make sure you go back for a second visit to identify these potential issues that can come up with the house. The other possible red flag is the neighborhood and location. You can change a lot of things about a home, but you cannot change its location. I'm sure you've heard this many times before. It's all about location, location, location. First thing is start with crime rates and school quality. All of that information is readily available online, and all these things can also impact the resale value and also your daily life. Think about the noise. Are you near a highway, train tracks, airport? These are all things that could affect the value of your property. That charming house might be less charming at 5 a.m. when you're trying to sleep before you get to work. Also, check environmental risks like flood zones, wildfire areas, or even nearby industrial sites. These are all things that could impact your value. These don't affect just your enjoyment, they also impact insurance costs and potentially resale value. Don't just tour the house, tour the neighborhood, both during the day and in the evening and at night. See how it feels when the sun goes down, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you are picking the right property in the right neighborhood. Another red flag are the hidden costs and financial implications of buying that house. Let's talk about money, because the purchase price is just the beginning of your transaction. First one is the unforeseen repairs, like a new furnace, fixing sewer lines. All these major ticket items can blow your budget pretty quickly. There's also the ongoing cost, property taxes, homeowners insurance, condo fees if you're buying a condo, or sometimes common elements on a private road. Even if the house looks like it's in move-in ready condition, review the inspection report carefully and build a reserve fund for those just in case moments, because it's a house, things will happen eventually. The one thing I always recommend is after you move in, go back and look at that inspection report, because a lot of times there's little nuggets in there that you want to make sure you do not forget to do, because you're moving in, you're all excited. That inspection report might totally go away, but make sure you go back and take a look at that inspection report. Make sure you also set money aside for closing costs, land transfer tax, legal fees, disbursements, title insurance, registration fees, appraisal fees, adjustments of taxes. These are all things that sometimes people do not think of or they forget about it. It's important to budget for these closing costs as they are separate from the down payment, and usually they cannot be rolled into your mortgage. Think long term. It's not just about buying the house, it's about being able to live in that house without stress. The next thing we're talking about is protecting yourself. Use a proactive approach. So how do you protect yourself and make a smart investment when you're buying that property? First things first, always hire a qualified home inspector. Not your cousin who knows a guy, not your dad. Sorry for all the dads out there. Unless your dad's a qualified home inspector, you want a real pro who knows what to look for and will be able to identify possible issues during that inspection. The second thing you want to do is get pre-approved for your mortgage before you start shopping. You know exactly what you can afford and be able to move faster with more confidence. Avoid looking at homes that are out of your budget. This will make the home buying process so much harder for you. The third thing you want to do is meet with a realtor to find out what the step-by-step process is to make sure you're not missing anything along the buying process. It is something that the realtor will go through it with you, from the getting pre-approved, showing houses, making an offer, counter offers, the inspection. All of these things, a realtor will be able to assist you and help you along the way. Lastly, do your homework. Look at the trends, the average days on market, and whether home values in the area are going up or they're going down. And this is something your realtor can help you and guide you through this process. This is where having a good real estate agent and financial advisor really pays off in the long run. It's not just about buying a home, it's about buying the right home for you. Home ownership can be an incredible journey, but it's not something you want to rush. With the right mindset, smart planning, a watchful eye for red flags, and the right team on your side, you can turn that dream into a solid long-term investment. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and drop your questions in the comment if you would like more information about the buying process and the red flags. So one question I have for you is, what is the biggest red flag you've seen when house hunting? We can chit chat about it. Thanks for watching this video, but in the meantime, if you have any questions about the buying process, if you want to go through the buying process with me, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.